next poet up, because I started rambling and I need to stop. Please give a huge round of applause to Cameron. Cameron, right over here.
That's a tough one to follow. So, as everyone else has shared, I met Brett in a math class that I was in with one other person who was roughly my age. We were all the old folks in this freshman math class. Haley over there is my best friend of all time, and we were all just sitting in the back of this class, and we just immediately clicked. We formed a study group, and sometimes we actually got some work done, and sometimes we just sat and talked, and that was the magic of it. You know, it was this group where we could all just be ourselves, and everyone was 100% genuine, and I miss that. But you know, if you had told me 5 years ago that the world would be the way that it is today, if I had time to prepare, I still wouldn't feel ready for this. I read the message, and my heart sank immediately. But like clockwork, life trudges forth, whether we like it or not. So let us cherish life. The days we spent in the back of the classroom making jokes and not really listening to the lecture. Let us cherish life and the silly messages sent in the group chat about fish for some reason, and embrace the chaos of our friends. Let us cherish life and the nights we spent holing up in the library, catching up on homework that we didn't really understand. Let us cherish life and the times we'd sit at the taco place, making fun of the freshmen whose IDs got turned down at the bar. And let us cherish life and the mad scramble we all had when the Art and Literary magazine was accepting submissions. Let us cherish life and the memories that we shared, the support we shared when things got challenging. Friends are not forever, but friendship is. So I don't want to take too much time up here, but Brett was an incredible friend of mine, and she helped me edit a poem for that Art and Literary magazine that we had that mad scramble for, and I wanted to share that as well as the follow-up that I wrote after I heard the news. The first poem is called Main Spring. Those who may not have noticed my lack of eye contact and crowd contact, I have pretty bad ADHD, and that means I have some hyperfixations, and at the time, that was watches, wristwatches, things like that, and I ended up taking them apart and working on them and rebuilding them and putting them back together, and Brett was one of the people who listened to me about that and didn't have her eyes glaze over, and that was already incredible for anyone, but that meant a lot to me. And the second is something that I wrote after I had heard the news, and they are related. They are a pair. So the first poem is called Mainspring, and it is short. It's not painfully long, I promise. This is my first time doing this, so I apologize. I'll do that next time. A friend sent me a vintage wristwatch for repair. It had seen isolation and loss and combat all without a rest. He told me it hadn't run in a year or more, and that he believed I could fix it. I opened the case to find robust machined steel, vibrant brass gears contrasted with the deep magenta jewels, meant to reduce friction and keep the machine running smoothly. Yet, all the stress these components endured was too much. When I opened the drive gear, I was prepared for the spring to jump out, releasing all the tension it was meant to hold. But instead, the spring gave no resistance, uncoiling into a sad mess of heat-treated spring steel, just languid in the palm of my hand. I tried desperately to find parts, to find anything that could help me to resurrect this ancient machine, but no luck. Dead on arrival. Dismembered atop my workbench. I was too late to save the beating heart of what was once a strong, unyielding movement. It just gave out after years without rest or repair, like so many of us. Brett helped me edit that, and it ended up getting published in the UD magazine, which is still just, it's a university magazine, so it's not a huge deal, but Please, I'm an English professor, let me fix that sentence for you. I got published. But Brett is the reason why, and she's the first person who made me feel confident in my writing style. Because what I do is I write what I feel, I put it on a page, and then I forget about it. I don't like to edit. And having somebody there who was willing to look at what I put down on a page and just ignored really changed writing for me. And I want to do this more now. So this final piece, it's very, very short. It's called Timekeeper, and it's a follow-up to that last poem, and I'll be done after this. My second hand spins, but the hours have frozen. Time split, where one is rushing by and the other has come to a grinding halt, just heavy as the world after storms. The light catches the dial, shimmering behind the shattered sapphire. Like terracotta soldiers, time marches on. Thank you.